Revolution golfers, hey, I'm here with Coach Courtney, and we're at the Tour Striker Golf Academy at the Raven Golf Club Phoenix. And you guys, and gals, if you watched golf on Thursday at the Hero Championship, you saw Tiger Woods chunk a few pitch shots. And so the great Tiger Woods can chunk pitch shots as well. And you know, I know he's taken on some time off from golf, and maybe he's feeling a little scrutinized by the media, and obviously he's got all the eyeballs on him when he's playing right now, so that's enough pressure for anybody, let alone Tiger Woods. But I really look at that as a technique issue more than a nervous issue. You know, you just watched Courtney, and I know we just have the camera on here, we're having some fun for you guys at Revolution Golf, but when you see the leading edge, as I show you on this inset, when the leading edge can dig into the ground to stub those shots, as unfortunately Tiger did trying to get up and down at Lake Nona on that golf course. And he did it a series of times. He didn't just do it once. He did it 3 times in the round of golf. Then there's definitely a technique issue that's affecting what he's trying to do mentally to get the ball close to the hole. So you just watched Courtney hit a shot, and let's kind of walk through some of this stuff that I think can help you. And you will go through, you know, what we consider a hard pan lie, and we, you know, obviously don't have hard pan on the range here at the Raven, but you know, we've got a piece of plastic that can be considered hard pan. But go ahead and hit a little pitch for us, Court. Here? Yeah, and we've got a shot, and I'll show you down the line in a minute, but just take my word for it. It's about I don't know, 15 yards in the air to a tight little pin. So expertly done as usual. Now, low point for this shot, you guys. We're not trying to hit down on this golf ball. It's not something where, well, Tiger chunked it because he didn't hit down enough. Well, Tiger chunked it because he hit down too much. He didn't have the swing bottom shallow enough where the golf ball was, right, Court?
Right.
You know, so the critical piece for this, and maybe this will illustrate things, the bottom of the sand wedge can either be a digging device where it can get stuck in the ground, or if used properly, when I say sand wedge, Courtney's using a 58 degree, I'm using a 60, and that's just because that's what she uses, and I like my 60. So everybody's gonna say, well, Martin, what club did you use? Well, I'm using a 60, she's using a 58. But the bottom of the wedge can be treated a couple different ways. You know, if the club's in a static position with the shaft vertical, there's some bounce built into this club. If we take this shaft and we tip it too much forward, now we get the condition where the bounce built into the golf club goes away, and you get a really diggy thing going on here.
Right. And
that's what happened to Tiger. He got the golf club too much forward shaft lean, which is great when you're trying to hit an 8-iron 150 yards, but it's not great when you've got super tight, closely mown, wet, like it is right now here at the Raven in the morning dew, or even hard pan. You can't afford to get that leading edge tipped too much to eradicate the bounce. So Court, walk us through this here and talk nice and loud so the folks at home can hear you.
So when I hit a great wedge shot, I always want to pay attention to where the club head is versus the handle of the club. So on this type of shot, when I get back to impact, I want those two pieces to be neutral. So my ball position is going to be center to forward depending on the trajectory of the shot. If I play it too far back, that's where I'm going to get the handle too far forward. And then I'm going to have the leading edge jigging into the ground too much. Pretty much what Tiger did.
And all it is we're trying to help you with the odds. I mean, you can hit great shots with a lot of forward shaft lean, there's no question, but if you don't hit the ball perfectly and you run into the ground a little bit behind the golf ball, then it's going to stub, it's going to get stuck, you're going to have that chili dip. If the shaft comes a bit back more to neutral, then this bounce effect, and this is just a big illustration of it, can skid along the ground just a little bit, so you don't have to be perfect. Trust me, if I had that shot Tiger had, closely mown, slightly uphill onto the green, you have to learn how to use that bounce effectively. And he unfortunately didn't yet on Thursday's round. Let's go ahead and hit a couple more for him.
Sure.
So Courtney actually mishit that a little bit, but here's the beauty of it. She chunked it and got away with it. So chunking it and getting away, well, you did, right?
Yeah, it was pretty close.
It wasn't a bad shot. So the funny thing is, if you hedge yourself properly, you can get away with it. Let me step in, Court. Come on over here for a sec. So this is how we're all taught. We're all taught, put the ball back, put the handle forward, make sure you hit down on it. Well, that leading edge got stuck in the ground and that ball didn't fly too effectively. What we're trying to do, golfers back at home, is we're trying to get the shaft more neutral. We're trying to use the bottom of that golf club effectively and keep the balance on that golf club. So if I hit this little shot toward the camera, that's actually a club that's touching the ground fractionally behind the golf ball. But there's no problem with that because it's not going to dig. It's going to skid. And when you know it's going to skid, then you can use the ground to help you. You can use the ground and you know the tool is going to skid along the ground, basically get under the golf ball, elevate the golf ball, and hit lots of nice spinny little shots. Let's show you from down the line.
Coach, show them how to hit this shot.
All right, well, first off, you know, Court, I put that red line down the midsole of the club, right? Because I want to, in my mind, use the sole of my golf club. This is I've got everybody to say, how much bounce do you have on this? You know, I've got a lot of bounce in this wedge, and I'm a big fan of bounce. So at least 10 to 12 even on my lob wedge, and on this one it's got 12 degrees, on this 58 degree, which is really a lob wedge. So to hit this shot, you know, like Courtney said, the shaft's pretty neutral. The ball's even fractionally forward, because to hit this, if hopefully you hit him as nicely as Courtney did, to hit this shot close to that pin right here, that ball's forward. I'm gonna actually skittle on the ground before I hit the ball. That's going to be a good one, Court. Oh, don't go in. Almost got you, Court. Now let's go to the hard pan lie, because trust me, this was the tight sort of wet lie that makes everybody nervous. And so what am I going to do different, Court? Right here, Court?
Nothing.
Nothing. So again, I'm not trying to hit the ball first. I'm using some structure. I always, you know, preach radius. So with that radius in mind, I want to feel like I've got a great measure here, and I'm going to transport that radius through impact, anticipating touching the ground, or in this case, this plastic board, before impact. Yeah, not bad. So that one's about 6-7 feet, but not bad. So Revolution golfers, you know, we don't mean to pick on Tiger. He's obviously one of the best players of all time, and I hope he plays great golf because he's good for the game. But on that Thursday round of golf, Tiger had too much lean in the shaft. That is what presented that sharp leading edge, and that got stuck in the ground. So hopefully this little discussion with Coach Courtney and I help you understand how to present a neutral shaft with the bounce of the golf club so you can have the best odds to strike great pitch shots. On behalf of Courtney Mahon and Martin Chuck from the Tour Striker Golf Academy at the Raven Golf Club Phoenix, post your questions and comments down below and we'll get to as many as we can. Thanks for watching.